What's up, everyone? Welcome to the November 10th edition of FanDuel Tournament Plays brought to you by BetMGM. I'm your host, Adam Scherer. You can follow me on Twitter at ShipMyMoney DFS. And we have a 4-game NBA slate tonight, so a bit easier to deal with than the 13 games we had yesterday or the 15 we had on Monday. But as usual, we're going to take a look at 5 of the top tournament options using the Boom Bust tool on the Stokastic.com website. But first, be sure to click the link below. Take advantage of the offer from BetMGM. Sign up, make a deposit, and place a real money wager. You'll receive up to a $1,000 risk-free first bet, in addition to 2 free months of Stokastic Plus Platinum. So click the link in the description below and take advantage. Now looking at the top 5 tournament options, number 5, Luka Doncic, projected for 23% ownership with a 28% chance of being in the optimal lineup. Doncic is $12,500 with point guard and shooting guard eligibility and has averaged about 1.7 fantasy points per minute this season. Number 4, Bam Adebayo, 27% projected ownership, 30% chance of being in the optimal lineup. Adebayo is just $7,700 and has power forward and center eligibility on FanDuel. He's averaged about 35 minutes per game this season. Number 3, Tyrese Maxey, 33% ownership, 33% chance of being in the optimal lineup. Maxey is $7,800 and likely to play 38 plus minutes tonight for the Sixers, who are still missing James Harden. Joel Embiid is back and is likely to cut into Maxey's production a bit, but we have still seen an increase in usage for Maxey this year, even when he is playing alongside Joel Embiid. Number 2, Terry Rozier, $8,000 in a difficult matchup against Miami, but he is projected for 35% ownership with a 35% chance of being in the optimal lineup. Rozier has averaged about 1.2 fantasy points per minute this season in 35 minutes per game and has point guard and shooting guard eligibility. And number 1, De'Anthony Melton, just $5,600 for the Sixers with point guard and shooting guard eligibility, projected for 51% ownership with a 52% chance of being in the optimal lineup. Melton has averaged about a fantasy point per minute in his 4 starts this year. He's averaged 32 minutes per game in those starts. One negative for him is that Joel Embiid is back now, and in 88 total minutes with Embiid on the floor this year, Melton has only averaged around 0.7 fantasy points per minute, but this is someone that for most of his career, going back to Memphis, has been close to a 1 fantasy point per minute guy. So I think it's likely that he drops off a bit as he plays more minutes alongside Embiid, but I also don't think he settles as low as he has been so far. I think it's more likely you end up in the 0.8 to 0.9 fantasy point per minute range. And at 5,600, if he's going to play around 32 minutes, that's going to look pretty good on this slate. So to recap, the top 5 tournament options: number 5, Luka Doncic; number 4, Bam Adebayo; number 3, Tyrese Maxey; number 2, Terry Rozier; and number 1, De'Anthony Melton.